Here are my top five Indian Hindi language film. I'm not including any Malayalam films or any Telugu movies or any Tamil movies or any Bengali language movies. I haven't seen a lot, but I've seen pretty good ones too. Um, so I'm going to explain. I have not seen Dangal, which is very highly rated by the critics and very highly anticipated film of the year because of Amir Khan. And I didn't have the chance to see it yet, so I'm not including it in my lists. I haven't seen Bhutia Singh as well as Raman Raghav 2, Phobia, Kahani 2, and other films. But I've seen a few films, and from there I'm picking my number five, which is Nirja. Nirja is based on true stories about a flight attendant who saved at least 369 lives on board. It's actually 349. She saved life on their airplane while it was being hijacked by terrorists, and this lady shown impressive or what should I say, extreme level of dare to save the life of general passengers. Um, this movie was quite a surprise for me because I'm as far as I knew, Sonam Kapoor was not recognized as one of the top actresses in the Hindi film industry, but she has been in top notch in this movie. It was a delight to see her. She looked perfect for the character. She portrayed herself in such a way that the moment she walked into the first scene, it there was no doubt that she looked like the person, which is real life Nirja. It was great to see Shabana Azmi, a highly regarded actress from Indian cinema, and she was incredible as well. She pulled off a powerful performance along with the crew and other casts. Um, it was incredible. It was directed by Ram Madhavani. This is the first time I'm seeing his work. Um, he looked to be a very competent director. It was not easy to pick up a story of 1986 real life event and portray in a very serious manner or in a very realistic manner. The tone of the film was great. Um, and as I said, for the performances, it was probably one of the finest movie came out from India in this year. Let's move on to number four is Purged. Purged is directed and written by Leena Yadav. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Um, it's a story about three women in rural India, some part of Rajasthan, and the struggle of three women um, in male-dominated society, um, and how they overcome their particular problems of the life and how they come off as a liberated soul. The film started with Radhika Apte, was phenomenal in this movie as well. Tanishta Chatterjee is very able or competent actress, and um, there are other characters such as I can't remember the name of the actress, but I've seen her in TVs, and she acted brilliantly here as well. Um, I like the entire setup of the movie and the way story was handled. Although there were a lot of other premises the film could have went through, and the film could have went through a better in a better direction. But anyhow, it was a good attempt, and it looked real, it looked gritty, and the story was compelling enough, and I enjoyed it pretty well. So I'll move towards the third film of my lists. That is Aligarh. It's been directed by Hansel Mehta, and as far as I can remember, it is written by Apurva Asrani. Uh, Forgive me if I'm spelling or pronouncing it wrong. Um, this movie is based on true story of an Aligarh University professor who was a homosexual and had tough time for for his sexual orientation, and how his struggle came, and how he ended up losing his life. Um, it's a story. It's a very compelling and very touchy story of Aligarh, a film called Aligarh, and this movie starred with Manoj Bajpayee, one of the finest actor of India, um, and Rajkumar Rao. I've seen Hansel Mehta's previous film Shahid, where Rajkumar Rao played the main role, and he looked the all movie I've seen of Rajkumar Rao, he looked pretty good actor, and Manoj Bajpayee has been brilliant. The film is subtle. The film portrays the tone of the area and the taboo of being homosexual in India. And the film was banned in few cities in India as well. That includes Aligarh itself. Moving towards number two of my list is Tanak. Tanak is a venture of Nagesh Kukunur. Um, it's a very sweet little story of a sibling, a 9-year-old boy who lost his eyesight, who has an elder sister, and sister is a fan of Shah Rukh Khan, and he is a fan of Salman Khan, and they they tried their everything. They and their uncle try to treat the eye of the boy, uh, but they're really poor, and they set out in a journey by believing that, especially the elder sister believes that Shah Rukh Khan, who is a famous film star, can give his um brother eye, brother's eyelight back, and the journey was fantastic. And in that journey, you have humor, you have lots of other smaller stories being embedded into the main story, and all looks fantastic. The color of the film and everything looks fantastic. Being known to Nagesh Kukunur film, I've seen his other films like Iqbal, Dor, or even Lakshmi. All are pretty well-grounded film, very realistic film, and he has come up with such a sweet little story. That's another range of this great director from India. And I liked, or I enjoyed the conversation of the um, brother and sister, little brother and sister, and it's a sweet little story. It's a feel-good film. If you haven't seen Tanak, please watch out the trailer and obviously the movie. Um, my number one would be Pink from Hindi language film of India. Um, I was kind of hesitated before I would watch this movie, but thankfully I watched the movie and I liked it a lot. There are lots of flaws in the movies, but in general, the impact of the movie stays with you, and that's why I picked uh, this as a number one in my list. Um, Pink stars with Amitabh Bachchan, um, Tapsi Pannu, and a few other faces or new faces. I haven't seen them in a lot of movies, like Andrea and the other girl. It is produced by Shudit Sarkar. I know Shudit Sarkar's work, um, and it is been directed by Anirudh Roy Chaudhary, who's very famous Bengali film director, who has already won two national award. I've seen his first two films, Anuranan and Antohin, and I'm not a I'm not a I'm not a big fan of typical romantic movies, but if the romance has been told in a different way, I do like those movies. And I felt Anuraman and Antohin both are incredibly well told stories. And this is his first Hindi film, Pink. It deals with the event or, or or the issue of female empowerment plus sexual consent, and it deals with straight away. In the movie, there is an event happen, and for that, the girls, three independent girls, working independent girls in Delhi, get blackmailed by their friends who wanted to exploit them by sexual means, and trouble happens. Those guys have political influence, and they wanted to blackmail the girls, and the girls had no one to defend them. Um, there is there is a lawyer played by Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. He has bipolar memory, so sorry, bipolar problem of his psychological problem. So he has not done any kind of court cases for a long time. He is an attorney, and he take up the cases for the girls, and there is courtroom drama. But the dialogues are so straightforward and powerful. It stays with you. The acting has been phenomenal. Like I've seen lots of movies of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. But I didn't see him such in such powerful manner off late. I mean, there are moments that he didn't have to speak any word or even dialogue, but he was so powerful. His presence was so felt, and um, the girls have done fantastic as well. Tapasi Pannu, this is the first time I'm seeing her, and the other girls as well. They've been top notch. Um, so yeah, this movie has impacted me, and I it stayed with me for a long time, and that's why one of the reasons I picked this as number one. Um, so if what you think about it. If there is any other movie I've missed and I should watch, as well as yeah, I know I have to watch Dangal. I have to watch the Manoj Bajpayee star other film Budhiya Singh. Um, I would like to watch Raman Raghav too, Phobia as well as Kahani too, because I'm a big fan of mystery movies or thrillers. And of late, Bollywood has been making some pretty bold movies, and obviously, the filmmakers who are making such movies need to be encouraged, and people should go and watch those movies in India. And I hope that they keep doing some good work, and we'll see some very good movies. Thank you, guys. I will return with a list of Korean film, best Korean films in 2016. Please please watch, and if you like to share your thoughts, please comment and like. If you don't like it, Please mention why you didn't like it, and as well as if you like the whole content or the idea of the channel, please subscribe. And prosperous New Year.